We're back at it again with two more boxes, part two of this Batavia, New York state penny hunt. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and that's right, we're going to do part two of this New York state penny hunt from Batavia. Thanks again, Randy Demers, for sending the three boxes. Now, if you missed part one, I'll have a link to it down below as well as above here so you can check it out before watching this video. Randy had sent me three boxes in trade, and because it takes me a little bit longer to hunt New York State penny boxes due to all the Philadelphia minted coins in them, I've decided to break it into two parts. We did the different box in part one, and now we're doing these two boxes for part two. Fingers crossed we find lots of goodies, and I'm hoping to score some more varieties. Now, as you know, I've already popped the tops of these two boxes, and we definitely have circulated cents in here. So I'm excited to get into them, see what kind of goodies we can find, and see what kind of mix of wheat cents and Canadian cents that might be in these boxes. You guys know the drill. I'll bring you in on my first good find of the hunt. Well, we're barely getting into roll one. I'm about halfway through it right now, and I can already see a couple of Canadians, and that's looking like a King George. We'll have to see. It is not, but it is a young head. Now, I'll only be showing the Canadians that are KGs or earlier. This is a 1958. That's a pretty good young head there. And we have another Canadian here. 1964, two young heads in the same roll. Again, I'm expecting to get a lot of Canadians in this hunt, so I will only be showing the KGs or earlier, of course, and we'll give you a wrap-up every once in a while of the number of Canadians we find. Now back to the hunt. Just cracked open and laid out roll number 4, and in the back, I can see a wheat cent. It's going to be our first of the hunt, and it's a last year, 1958. We'll take it. Roll number 5. Wheat cent number 2, and it's in the 30s. It's a 1939 Philadelphia. Oldest find of the box, 2 on the board. Roll 8, wheat cent number 3. I can see the reverse. And this one, 1941. A little bit of age on it. We'll take it. We're on roll 8, and I am thrilled beyond belief. I have found one of the varieties from 1972 that I've been looking for. It's known as the 72P DDO FS 108. And this one's a pretty obvious one, guys. You've got doubling on in, on God, on we, and heavily doubled on trust. On top of that, there's slight doubling on the 2. It's hard to tell from this picture because it's a brown cent, and I wanted to bring up a brown cent. And there's a little bit of doubling on Liberty as well. If I bring up Variety Vista and I look at all the different photos, and I'm going to stage C because I did a little research, and on the obverse of the coin, we're looking for a die gouge above this T, which is heavily doubled, and no die gouge above the second T in trust. Now, the earlier stages have both die gouges, and you can barely see a little die gouge there. Let me bring up my picture first. You can clearly see without a doubt we've got doubling on this coin. It is easy to confirm, even though it's worn a little bit, it's all there. Slight bit of doubling on the L in Liberty, and despite the wear, you can see the thickness of that too. You just can't see the line in it. But it's definitely the FS 108. And when I bring up the trust, you can see the die gouge there. It's exactly the one there. And there's no die gouge above the second T in trust. And on the earlier stages on Variety Vista, there will be a die gouge above that one and the T. So what I've got here is a Stage C FS 108 1972P DDO. In this condition, it's probably a $25 coin. It is one of the lesser varieties. Obviously, the 1972 FS 101 and 102 are the big boys, but I will take it all day. Haven't found in circulation too often any doubling on my 72Ps. And it is one of the ones I have listed on my mat. Now, 72p, like I said, has a very numerous amount of doubled dies. And matter of fact, if we go to PCGS and I bring up the 72p, and we'll bring it up brown anyway, because that's what mine is, you can see there's several of them. We've got one of the lesser varieties, 108, 29 of them graded. I don't think I'll get it graded because I do have a couple of other ones similar to it, but it's still a great variety find early in the box. Can't get mad at that. Roll 17, wheat cent number 4. 1954 out of Denver. Roll number 27, just over halfway through the box, and we're going to get wheat cent number 5, so just under a pace of getting to 10. Holy cow, and it's an oldie. Another 1919. We got a 1919 Ender in the other box, and now we have a 1919 Ender in this box. 101-year-old Lincoln cent. We'll take it. 5 wheat cents on the board. Roll 35. It's been a bit, but we finally got our 6th wheat cent of the box, and it is a 1949 out of Philly. Roll 38. Wheat cent number 7. 1952 Denver with a Canadian behind it. And we've got lots of those. Roll 40. Wheat cent number 8. Another 52 Denver. Roll 44 caught me off guard. We've got another wheat cent here, and it's a 1958. Obverse facing, and it's not in that bad a shape. We'll take it. Can we get one more for 10? Roll 46 is going to yield a Canadian, and I got to show it because it's a KG. KG the 6th. And it's number 44 Canadian of the box. 1947. I'll take it. Roll 48, and wheat cent number 10 is going to be a dandy. I think that's a 1917 Philadelphia. Not a key or semi-key, but a dandy because it is now the oldest of the box. We'll definitely take a 1917 Philadelphia minted wheat cent in the box. 2 over 100 years old. Well, box 1 of this 2-box hunt is complete. We got almost a full cup of copper, 48 Canadian cents, almost an entire full roll. Best finds of them was the KG from 1947. You know what? I didn't check it for the maple leaf on the back. No maple leaf next to the date. We got 5 Canadian young heads, and the other 42 were all more modern. But we did score not only 1, but 2 rock dove cents. Pretty cool. We got 6 1959s, 1 really nice 74, not an S, and a 69S, not a DDO. We also scored 10 wheat cents, 1 in 1939, a 1919, and a 1917. Can't get mad at 2 wheat cents in the teens. I kept this 1995 aside only because when I was checking it for the DDO, I noticed we had a nice die chip next to the T in Liberty. So I'll hold on to it. And the find of the box, 1972p DDO, FS 108, Stage C. Probably in AU 53 to 58 brown. And that puts it around a $20 to $25 fine. But I'll take it and add it to the collection regardless. Box 1 done. Box 2 to go. Because we had so many Canadians, I am going to clear away the Canadian cents, except for the oldies, just to make room, because I'm going to assume we're going to have somewhere north of 25 more in that box. Let me get this cleaned up, those dumped away, and we'll kick off box 2. All right, the table's been cleared away. There was 42 cents from Canada that I cleared away, so I know that I have 42 on top of whatever we find in this box. I'll tell you, popped the top and took a closer look, and there is a wheat cent ender in there. So that's a good start, although we're not starting with that one. We'll start in order. Let's see how many more wheat cents we can find in this box, and if we can find any more varieties to boot. Roll 55 of the 2-box hunt is going to yield wheat cent number 11 of the hunt, and it's a 1957 Denver. Roll 56, wheat cent number 12. Another 52 Denver. Roll 60, wheat cent 13, and I just caught the back of it. It looks heavily corroded, but it is a wheat cent here. And I think it's 1950 or 56. 1956 Philadelphia, wheat cent 13. Roll 64, and wheat cent number 14. Another 1941 out of Philly. Roll 67, wheat cent number 15. And it's a 1955 Philly. But it's not going to have any doubling. We'll still take it. 15 for the hunt so far. Roll 73, wheat cent number 16. 1951 Denver. Roll 75, and we're going to have wheat cent number 17 of the hunt. That puts 7 in the first half of this box, so not a bad box. It's just a 57 Philadelphia, but I'll take it regardless. Roll 77, wheat cent number 18. A 1956 Philly. We're finally on roll 79, and this is going to be the wheat cent ender, which will make number 19 for the 2 boxes with 21 rolls left. Let's see what year it is, and let's see if there's anything else in the roll. Just laid the roll out, and we'll take a look at this ender here in a second, but I think I see a Canadian, and that might be an old one as well. And it is a KG6. 1946, 1 year younger than the other. Oh yeah, we're getting lots of Canadians. Wheat cent number 19, which was the ender, is a 1934. Another 30s wheat cent. 19 total for the hunt. Roll number 90 is going to give us our 20th wheat cent, and I barely noticed it, but it's a 1945 Philadelphia. That makes 10 for this box, and 10 for the last box, and 10 more rolls to go. Roll number 100 is going to give us a parting gift, at least for right now. We've got wheat cent number 21, and it's a 1944. That's going to wrap it up, guys. 100 rolls hunted, both boxes from the state of New York. Thanks again, Randy Demers. It was a fun hunt. We got 21 wheat cents. My favorite 4 of the hunt was a 34p, a 39p, a 17p, and a 19p. I'll take those all day. We also got a total of 96 Canadians amongst the 2 boxes, a grand total of 11 young heads, and 2 KG6s. Can't get mad at finding those. We added a grand total of 11 59s, 2 nicer Lincoln Memorial cents, and 2 69Ss, neither of which were the DDO. On top of that, we had that die chip 95, and then I pulled across a couple of 72Ps that were fun to look at, but it's just machine doubling. Pulled them aside just to show you what machine doubling looks like versus double die. Now, we did find a double die 1972P FS108 Stage C, and I will add it to my collection. That's the find of the hunt. This was a fun hunt for me. I always love hunting boxes from both West Coast and East Coast, as I don't get a lot of those San Francisco or Philly mints where I'm at. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this 2-box hunt. 21 wheat cents, lots of old Canadians, and even a variety. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.